Which is huge, because again, that just proves my fucking point that the Radiance isn't actually the infection, she's just the core of it. You guys don't know about that. My Patreons do. And for the Patreons watching, thank you. Thank you very much. You guys make this possible. Everybody down in the comments should literally thank my Patreons, because they're what keep me coming back to do this. They're paying for the alcohol. They're paying for the time. And they'll probably also be buying Silk Songs so that I can keep doing this. So Patreons, thank you very much. Go check out that Absolute Radiance look deeper, because this is going to get into it. But she knows of the Radiance. And how we can draw the fact that she knows about the Radiance is she actually asked us to prolong our world's stasis or face the heart of its infection. Again, this dialogue comes down in the abyss. Hornet's best lines are all in the fucking abyss. I don't know why they decided to make that speech as awesome as they did, but once you ascend out of the abyss and you've got the Void Heart, Hornet's dialogue changes 180 and she becomes hopeful that you can actually kill the Radiance. Or she calls it the heart of the infection. But she's not infected. And she knows about the Radiance. So that's a big clue. That's a big tip-off. Because we know gods can become infected, because basically the entire fucking Hall of Gods is, except for like, I don't know, fucking 5 or 6 or something, a fucking small handful. But most of those gods are infected. So we know gods can become infected. We know from Team Cherry's description that Hornet could become infected, but she has not. Somehow she has persisted, and that's fantastic. I need a fucking drink. Ooh. Something else that I found interesting, and this is how you know I went way too fucking deep. I don't know if maybe I had assumed this. I don't know if some of you had assumed this. But the Dreamers, when they went in, they put a seal on the black egg. And I had always assumed that it was just that. It was a seal that the Pale King had done using the Dreamers. But Hornet's dialogue actually tells us it's not. They're 3 separate seals. And the only way I found this is because I read a stupid line, and I actually paid attention to where the S was and where the apostrophe was and who owned what on her wording. And she tells us each dreamer placed a seal when she says dreamer apostrophe S, so dreamers, seals. Meaning there were multiple seals on that black egg. Each dreamer had seals. Which becomes really interesting, because I didn't realize that, but in a way I guess I kind of did, because I told you guys, hey, when you defeat each dreamer, the sun slowly rises and it shows that the Radiance is coming. So as we defeat each dreamer, or we, I guess, fucking kill them, we murder them, we don't even fight them, we just straight murk them, that individual seal is being broken, and the sun slowly rises. And Hornet tells us that there's more than one seal. And maybe you guys got that from the 3 mask being on the egg. I still thought it was only one seal until actually about 4 hours ago when I was writing all of my notes down. And I was writing it down, like I said, I just paid really weird attention to where she put the emphasis on ownership there. So the Dreamers actually each all have an individual seal. And when we break that seal, she lets us know while we're at the black egg that we have 2 choices. We can supplant, replace. We can replace the Hollow Knight, or we can transcend it. And if we decide to replace the Hollow Knight at this point, because Hornet is already there, you'll get the Sealed Siblings ending. When you get that Sealed Siblings ending, obviously you get the achievement. But we got a lot of fucking questions. Hornet is passed out in the fucking corner, presumably dreaming. We absorb all of the infection, and the door to the Black Egg Temple shuts. There's a seal of binding that comes over it first. There's the door. And then there is a Dreamer seal that goes over it. And that Dreamer seal happens to be Hornet. Hornet's capable of making seals, which again points to Simone's point that Hornet made the seal down in the Weaver's Den. So now we can see, hey, that first crazy fucking idea I threw out isn't actually as crazy when we look at the sealed siblings ending, because she creates that seal and we are sealed in with her. Or we have that option, we can transcend it. When we transcend it, we face the Radiance. Dreamnail, Hollow Knight, enter the dream world. We're on the stage, which is actually just the dream version of the resting grounds, where we get sealed into the dream world, I think, the first time. Depending on how you play the game. Should be the first time. Should be the first time regardless, actually, now that I think about it, because you've got to get the dream nail there. So yeah, it's the first time. But if we do that, we get the dream no more ending. And we die. Radiance presumably dies. Hornet walks out. Everybody's happy. Or if you watch Matthew Bell off, because none of us can beat the fucking Pantheon of Hallownest because it's a bunch of bullshit and now you gotta run through every fucking boss 900 fucking times. She walks out. After beating Absrad, she'll walk out and get confronted with the Hollow Knight. Every ending is canon, which makes no fucking sense. Kind of. But the problem we have is if she's sealed in the black egg, how can that be canon? Because we know... No, we don't know. We assume that everything's going to take place after our ending. Everything in Silksong will take after our ending. But Sealed Siblings throws a giant fucking wrench in that. Or if we kill Absrad, will Hornet have to face the Hollow Knight? Is the Hollow Knight even hostile anymore? The stance Hornet takes looks like, yeah, probably she's getting ready to fight. But Hornet's fighting is questionable. Not because we haven't fought her and we haven't seen it, but it's questionable to the fact is if she actually wants to. Does she want to harm her brother? Does she want to harm the Radiance? And that directly stems from one of her lines. And Hornet ends up actually questioning whether or not killing the Radiance is the correct thing to do. In her Dreamnail dialogue, she says, could it achieve that impossible thing? Should it? And she's directly referring to killing the Radiance. The fact that Hornet knows of the Radiance, knows of Hollow Knight's backstory, and all of the horrible things the Pale King did, the infection that's happening now, and even then, she's struggling to find the will to fight what's potentially the cause of the infection. She's questioning that. Should we actually kill the Radiance? And that should give everyone just a moment of pause. That Hornet, who knows all of this, knows all of the history, literally protects the King's Seal, is questioning whether or not killing the Radiance is the correct thing to do. If that doesn't say there's more to this, I don't fucking know what does. Because if she's questioning if that's right or if that's wrong, something else is happening. Because it seems pretty clear that you'd want to stop that infection, whether you were prolonging Hallownest or whether you were transcending the Hollow Knight and you were killing it. You are going to trap it one way or another, and you are going to try and stop it. Why not stop it for good? Hornet says she does not have a problem with killing weak things. She does not have a problem with killing you. Why is she questioning killing the Radiants? And that's a real big question that I don't have an answer for. I'm going to be honest with you. So I really want to hear what you guys think. Why she would question killing the Radiants if we should. She thinks it's an impossible task. Could we do it? Should we do it? And I found that really, I don't want to say interesting, but I found that really prophetic in the sense that perhaps she's questioning morally what the Radiance is doing, what we're doing to the Radiance. And that alone can open up a box of fucking worms. Ugh. If Hornet's not sure of this, we can't be sure of this. Because Hornet has led us this entire way. Like I said, most characters are only found in one spot or a couple spots unless they're leading us to something bigger. Quirrell, for example, leads us to Monomon, the teacher. And in a way, he can actually point you in the direction of the Dream Nail. If you get to Monomon, he'll tell you need to find an item to access the mind. So he points you kind of towards that Dream Nail. Not exactly, he doesn't know where it's at or what it is. But Hornet has always been there. She's always been challenging us, pushing us, and trying to guide us. And for what purpose is now being called into question. If she truly had Hallownest in mind, she would want us to kill the Radiance. Simple. If the Radiance is the problem. So, you guys can make up your minds there. Let me know what you think. But perhaps the Radiance is not the actual problem here. Or we could go the alternate route, and we can go down, and we don't end the game. We search out Godseeker, and we enter Godhome. Hornet's one of those really rare characters, and one of those really cool characters that knows she's in Godhome. The other one's only fucking Grim? And Grim's the only one who doesn't bow to us, bows to the fucking Godseeker, because, I don't know, like, he's got a hard-on for Godseeker, like TL. But she knows she's in Godhome. Her Dream Nail dialogue reads, do they watch us struggle? Do I haunt your dreams? Or do you haunt my dreams, or do I haunt yours? And then Little Ghost, what dreams we share. She's aware. She's fully aware of what's going on here. Hornet is obviously part Pale King. She is part higher being. And she's still alive. The fact that she uses the silk points heavily to the Weavers. And going back to one of those first points, that the Weavers raised her. And if the Weavers did raise her, and they taught her those moves with silk, then it makes sense that somebody or something wants her in Silksong. As we see the significance with all of the Weavers, and we see the Weaver's silk that we also find in the Hidden Station, that we find in Deep Nest and the Hidden Village. So there's a lot of signs pointing to she was actually raised by those Weavers. I tried to fly through this one tonight, guys, because this next section I'm going to try and change this up, and I want to interact with you guys some more, okay? So we're going to go directly to the comments. And for about 10 minutes or so, we're going to try and run off those comments. So what I need from you guys is comments so that we can actually keep this going. I know you guys have been doing it, and I've been trying to actually not answer them through so that we can get to all of them at the end. And if you're watching this and we're not live, leave me those comments, guys. Let me know what you think. Ask your questions, because I will answer them. I promise you I will answer them. I try and answer every single lore question there is. I try and answer every single post there is on all of my stuff. I try and act or react. I try and contact